And joining us now are Kurt Mills, Washington editor of Spectator USA, and David Brody, CBN's chief political analyst. Both of you, thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Kurt, to you first. On the story about the New York Times, what do you think? Is this a trend we're going to start seeing more of?
I think we're seeing two things. One, this is a reaction to the relative non-event that was the Mueller report. And secondly, I think you're seeing legacy top-level establishment media recoil at the increasing intermeshing between high-level politics, i.e. the Democratic Party and MSNBC, and perhaps Fox and the White House.
David, you've hit on this in the past.
Yeah, the age of the correspondent is what I called it. You know, what is a correspondent? What is a pundit? And, you know, Jim Acosta, you know, and I've been pretty vocal about that, has kind of combined it all into one, morphed it all into one. And so, you know, you're a correspondent by day, and then you go on CNN and MSNBC and Fox News primetime, and all of a sudden you're a pundit. Well, you know, maybe you need to stop 9 to 5 and not maybe do the primetime stuff. So there is murky waters for sure.
Kurt, on all of this talk of impeachment, if you listen to the 24/7 cable networks, it seems like it's almost inevitable. But is the reality maybe somewhat different?
I think it's unclear. I think the president knows that there is a scenario where he would be impeached and it would look so ridiculous that he would actually see a surge in his popularity. If you look today, he's at the highest level of his presidency at 48%. If I'm Donald Trump right now, I'm not sure I want to gamble with that.
Kurt, is that maybe why he constantly is talking about impeachment?
I think he is enjoying it. I'm not sure he would enjoy his age being dragged in front of the House.
Right.
Yeah, David, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. I mean, I think that's the strategy that Democrats want now. In other words, let's go to the courts, let's go to the Judiciary Committee, let's go to the Intelligence Committee, let it all kind of percolate out there, and hopefully that will change, they believe, public opinion. Yeah, right. Public opinion's not changing on this. And so eventually Nancy Pelosi will have the decision to make. But it'd be interesting, though. Can you imagine Donald Trump actually being impeached and winning re-election? Be the first president ever in our history to win re-election after being impeached. All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Kurt, you have kind of switching gears here. You recently wrote a piece, really interesting, called "The Inevitability of Joe Biden." What do you mean by that?
I think Biden has changed the race. I think Biden was almost bullied out of the race for the Democratic side, and now he's emerged. It's the sort of opposite trajectory of Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was the runaway front runner in 2015, 2016, and then actually kind of struggled to beat a little-known socialist named Bernie Sanders. Biden scared no one out of the race, but now has shot up, nearly doubling his poll numbers, and looks to be the absolute prohibitive favorite for the Democratic nomination.
Mm-hmm.
David, you agree?
And I think there's one of the main reasons for that is that Joe Biden is in the sweet spot of where the Democrat Party overall, I'm talking about in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania and the blue-collar Democrats, the ones that Trump took, that's where Biden kind of sits. And we hear about AOC and all of the folks on the left. That's the media oxygen. But the party itself is still more center-left, not far-left. And I think that's why Biden's poll numbers stay pretty consistent, at least until potentially he opens his mouth later on in the campaign, where it could get dicey.
Well, Kurt, David, we're going to have to leave it here until the next time. Thanks so much for being with us.
Guys.
Thank you.